Project Command. Stand by to power transfer. Time is X minus 10.
We're live in 10 seconds.
We're on live in 10.
9.
May I have your attention, please?
8.
Breaking news, we're going live.
7.
Go back and this time turn up the sound.
6.
Places, people.
Places, people.
5.
Showtime.
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 4.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
3.
Are you ready to begin?
Oh, we're ready.
2.
Okay, we got a big show tonight. Stay tuned.
1.
It is 8:30 a.m. in Athens, 1:30 p.m. in London, 2:30 p.m. in Berlin, and 9:30 p.m. in Tokyo.
Hi, I'm Kalli.
I'm Dillon.
And welcome to Studio 595. I'm Kalli. I'm a senior at Clarke Central High School, and my hot take of the day is Taylor Swift, I love you so much. Please stop dropping hints and just release your music.
And my name's Dillon. I'm a senior at Cedar Shoals, and my hot take is that I hate cars. You should stop driving them now.
So, Dillon, do you know anything about Taylor Swift?
Absolutely not.
Okay, well, you know who she is, though, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, she's releasing her newest album soon, and I'm sitting here like so excited. We're gonna talk about it more in a little bit when we kind of mention pop culture, but she won't just release music anymore. She won't just release a song.
That what?
She hides like the names of songs in Instagram post captions and it through numbers lined up, like which songs she has pinned in her TikTok account. It's weird.
That's awful.
It is awful because at some point I'm just like, stop dropping hints, release your music so that we can listen to it and just enjoy it.
Yeah, that's like in absolute contrast to one of the artists that he actually, previews his music like before the album drops.
See, I wish, but instead because with the hint dropping, the like breadcrumbs, you get the fan theories, and the fan theories are annoying because everybody thinks that she's going to drop songs on this day or she's going to drop a track list, and it's like the biggest deal in the world, and I'm like, there are bigger things happening. Drop the music.
You could be a lot more transparent with like your just when you're going to release stuff or that you are making stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Just to leave people on their toes. And then there's a bunch of rumors that she's going to like retire from music after this album because it's like there's this thing called the Lover House, which is like a bunch of albums put into I don't even understand how it started, to be honest with you. You can look it up. But it's filled up now, and it's done now. So she's going to be done with music afterwards. She never said that, but she also won't confirm that she's not going to stop doing music afterwards. Dillon, I don't understand what you mean by you hate cars.
I mean, I hate cars. They pollute and they take up way too much space. Okay, the streets were made for people, so we should build, cities for people instead of cars.
Wait, but do you bike to school every day?
Yes, because that is the only viable alternatives. And you can't walk anywhere unless you want to, walk for an hour.
So you have an electric bike?
Yes.
Well, like, what do you do for people? What do you recommend people do if they don't have an electric bike?
Get a used regular bike.
That's fair. What if public transport's your only option, Dillon?
Then I'm sorry. It should be better.
That's honestly
I really don't know how to fix that. I'm just one person.
Well, I've actually never...
We should build our cities to be, more public transit friendly and all that.
Yeah, for sure. I've actually never learned about the, like, economic effects of cars, really.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's terrible for the economy. Like, just having everything spread out and instead of, dense development. Mm-hmm. Like, downtown is making...
Downtown Athens?
Like in any city, really, just like downtown makes a whole lot more money than the suburbs.
Because it's walkable, probably.
Yeah, because everything's so close together, and like businesses don't have to pay for huge lots with a small usable portion of land where the rest is going to parking lots.
Fair. Dillon, are you mad at me for taking my car to this internship every day?
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. I just want you to ask one question. If you're tired in the morning, which is more dangerous, falling asleep at the car or falling asleep on a bike?
I mean, honestly, like I know that you're so anti-car, but you're right here when I say like, I mean, if you fall asleep at the wheel, you're hurting more than yourself. You know what I mean? You're hurting other people. Speaking of, I was so tired this morning, like coming here. I had such a long night and I was just exhausted this morning. So when I woke up, I was like, I gotta be safe. I gotta drink coffee.
Schoolwork?
What?
Was it schoolwork?
Yeah, it was a lot of schoolwork and just, common apps, the Common App and like college applications have just been crazy recently.
Imagine going to college.
Yeah, well, I started applying the other day. The other day as in like a month or two ago.
Yeah, that's basically my life.
And I just kind of started applying for the schools I want to go to, like UGA, which is a couple miles away from where we are right now, and Kennesaw and all those other places. And I've just found that it's so stressful. Where are you applying, Dylan?
I'm not applying. I'm looking at the alternatives.
Oh, really?
Definitely not the military, because I'm not putting my life at risk.
That's fair. It's not for everybody, but like, what alternatives are you looking at?
Probably just entrepreneurship, like just start my own business.
Start an electric bike business.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, like, Common Apps and the Common App, I'm sorry, is so stressful. And I wish that there were more resources for people who, were doing college applications for the first time. Like, just people to help. We have college advisors, but, more people who have actually done it and been through it and have maybe even worked in the college field.
Yeah,
but
if college was cheaper, I would consider it because, like, education is important. But I do not want to go into crippling debt just for a few years at school.
Yeah, that's fair. And I don't think anybody should graduate in that much debt. But that's a conversation for a different time. But college is expensive and you don't have to go. There are always other options. There are always different things that you can do, right? At the end of the day, like, you do whatever works best for you, and whatever's going to work best for your life and what goals you want to accomplish.
Right.
Yeah. Just thinking about, though, if you are applying for colleges, some of the tips I have for whoever's listening out there, get them done early. Just start them as soon as possible. As soon as the Common App opens, start working on them, get them done, get your letters of recommendation done. Speaking of letters of recommendation, another helpful tip I have is if you make like a document of all the important stuff that you've done, all the qualities that you have that you want people to touch on. You can send that to whoever's going to write your letter of recommendation, and they can just kind of easily brag about you because you have like all of these different things about yourself written out. And then, like, one last tip is really just know what you want, know where you want to apply, know what you want to study. You can't go into a school undecided. That is totally fine if that's what your plan is. But for me, I found that it makes it a lot easier to just know what I want to study, or at least have an idea of what I'm interested in kind of out the gate. So just dabble in stuff through high school. If you're a freshman listening, start going through different things and seeing if you like certain aspects of life, really. If you're a sophomore, start thinking about those schools that you might apply to. Juniors and seniors, apply to them. You know what I mean? Apply to those programs.
Time is running out.
Time is running out, but don't be stressed.
I am.
Don't be stressed. You can be stressed, but don't be. And just know that you have a huge support system behind you. Every high school in Clarke County has college advisors and teachers who are willing to help and support you. So yeah. So, just talk to me about like why you decided not to go to college.
It's really expensive and I don't have that kind of money. I don't want to take out like student loans because then I'd just be in debt forever. And like, honestly, with the career field that I want to go into, which is like game development or like animation or something like that, you don't really need to go to college for it. It'd be nice, but like as long as you can show that you're capable of doing the work, like in a portfolio or something, then you're pretty much good. Or in my case, like I want to do independent development, like directing my own team. So, well, I don't really need it, but some people might.
Yeah, but that's totally subjective though. Like depending on what you think you need to be successful in the field that you want to go into. So like I want to go into journalism. I want a degree, right? And I also want the college experience though. Like undeniably part of going to college is just getting the college experience. If you don't think you need that, you don't have to get it. And
most of the college experience is just like being near to people, which is what you would get in a walkable city.
Yeah. Exactly, Dylan. But also, like, in the day and age where you can be anything, you can learn how to do anything on YouTube, there is no need to get a degree for something like game development or coding or something like that. Now, you can, right? But that doesn't mean that you have to, because you can learn it yourself. You can teach yourself. And if you're good at it, a lot of the time, employers aren't going to question whether or not you have a degree because you're good at it.
True.
You know, I love school in general. I always have. But I think one thing about just all school, K through 12, not really as much college because you have those free periods, which I've realized having a college schedule, is that you're just tired all the time.
Yeah.
It's
insane.
It's insane. And with the homework, with the staying up late, like you're just exhausted because you're going to bed at like 2 in the morning and waking up at like 7.
Honestly, it's not even like the late nights because I have a pretty okay sleep schedule. It's just like at the end of the day, like I just want to crash on my bed and not get up.
Yeah, and you know, it's weird. Studies have shown that like teenagers, kids our age, 17-year-olds, need more sleep than babies because we are rapidly developing. Our brains are rapidly developing.
Yeah.
And so you would just think that they, as in schools, would start to prioritize sleep for students, which kind of poses a question to me. Should we have nap time?
Yes. 100% yes.
I think that we should have nap time. I think that we should bring it back. And speaking of bringing it back, we will be right back with the question of the week, which is, should we have nap time, right after we do some updates.
Well, that was a lovely discussion, and we'll be right back with the show. But first, we will go into the updates and to what's new in CCSD in this segment called Can't Miss Minutes. Hispanic Heritage Month is continuing until October 15th, and you can find little updates here and there on the CCSD Facebook page, as well as the ongoing Teacher of the Year and Support Persons of the Year posts that we are doing daily, twice daily actually, to every school in the district, and you can see more and learn more about these wonderful people in our daily updates. So now let's get into the events that are going on this upcoming week in CCSD. Winterville Elementary School will have their Readers Are Leaders event for Hispanic Heritage Month, and that will be coming up on October 3rd. Clarke Middle School will host their Owl Flight 5K at 8:30 a.m. this upcoming Saturday, October 1st. And to register as a participant, you can check out the link on the post on the Clarke Middle School Facebook page. And finally, Clarke Central's JROTC program, after competing last weekend in Hartwell, will compete this Saturday at Cedar Shoals, and that competition begins this Saturday at 8:30 in the morning. That does it for the CCSD updates. Let's turn it over to Kalli and Dillon for more Studio 595.
Thank you, producer Alex. And now for something actually important. Rihanna is the Super Bowl 57 headliner for the halftime show after a 7-year hiatus of just making makeup. We missed you, girl. Taylor Swift is making her next album entitled Midnights. It's going to be released on October 21st at midnight, so be there for that. I'm really excited about it.
Okay, so in tech news, for those of you interested, the Logitech G Cloud is available for pre-order for $300. Honestly, just get a Switch or a Steam Deck. It's just an Android cloud gaming device. It's not worth it. And for other news, AMD just released its Ryzen 7000 series on the Zen 4 architecture and socket AM5.
Hey, producer Alex, do you have any updates for us?
I do, in fact. In an interview with Vanity Fair, famed actor James Earl Jones has said that he will, quote-unquote, retire as Darth Vader in Star Wars. And I say, quote-unquote, because he isn't technically not going to be the voice of Darth Vader. It is, in fact, a software company, a voice cloning company to be exact, from Ukraine called Respeecher, that is going to pull samples of his voice and, modify with AI and all that stuff to actually replace his natural voice in the upcoming Star Wars projects, whatever they may be. James Earl Jones, age 91, said that he will hang up his helmet as Darth Vader. So how about that?
That's actually really scary. Dillon, do you have any thoughts on that? Dillon!
Yeah.
Dillon, how many hours of sleep did you get last night?
Only like 30 minutes.
What? Oh my god, did you know the recommended amount of sleep for a teenager is 10
Yes,
hours
I
a night?
know it's 10 hours, but do you think I can get that?
Oh my god, why can't you get 10 hours of sleep, Dillon?
It's a lot of being hyper-focused on personal projects.
Yeah, for sure. Well, the reason that I can't get sleep most of the time is the daunting fact that I have a pile of homework due the next day, and no time to do it unless I'm doing it until 3 in the morning, which kind of leads us back into what we were talking about earlier. Do you think that schools should have nap time?
Absolutely.
Well, other countries have shorter school days. Like
They do?
They start later and end earlier, and I do know that countries like Singapore, which is second in math, second in science, second in reading, they have only 5.5 hour school days.
5?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I know where I'll be seeing you. Yeah, let me just...
Regardless, we have a longer school day than most countries in the world. But all of these countries that I'm listing, including Finland, which is 16th, 7th, and 6th, which has a 5-hour school day, and New Zealand, which is 28th, 13th, and 11th, which is a 6.5-hour school day, they all performed better. All of those countries that I just listed performed better in 2018 in the Program for International Student Assessment for Math, Science, Reading than the U.S. did, which is unfortunately 38th, 19th, and 13th. So it just makes me think, like, how much better could students be performing if we were sleeping more, if we were starting later? Dillon.
Yeah?
Come back.
Okay, fine.
Do you know that 87% of teenagers fail to get 8 to 10 hours of sleep per night?
Yeah, I thought it'd be more like 90, 98%.
Well, 49% of students said that they feel like a great deal of stress on a daily basis. Part of that
Also
is
thought that would be
contributed to...
higher?
Yeah. Well, actually, females report a higher level, a 60% compared to males at 41%. Oh, and what's consistent in a lot of the stuff that we're looking at is that most sleep-deprived countries, like Japan and South Korea and Saudi Arabia, which average like the least amount of sleep of any modernized country, which is under 7 hours a night, they have an overwhelming issue of the youth having like chronic and severe sleep loss. We're losing $411 billion yearly due to sleep loss, actually. Honestly, academic burnout and sleep deprivation they work hand in hand. And if we're losing that much money in the economy just because of sleep loss in the workforce, imagine how much academic success we're losing because of the amount of sleep our students are losing. So I wonder if it's possible to implement policy in the school district, not just ours, everywhere, but obviously we can only talk and speak on ours because we live here and we go to school here, but rest and recovery time.
Yeah, we need a free period.
Yeah.
I don't know why they got rid of that. Like,
if they gave us the opportunity to stay in like a rest room where there's like a TV or a space to
rest room, like, no.
No,
Do
like
not
a
call it
rest space room, not
Yeah.
rest, no space room. A place you could go and relax, places to study, places to chill, take a nap even if you wanted. But sleeping in school is so frowned upon that you have kids who are just absolutely suffering and not doing well because of how much less sleep they're getting. So I'd love to see a study. I'd love to see if giving kids a designated nap and rest period in the middle of the day, or at least promoting rest and recovery, even by starting school at a later time, if that made a significant change in academics, which I think it would.
Yeah, it'd be nice if like next year we had like a pilot thing, like, to see if having a free period actually makes a difference.
We won't be here next year.
Yeah, I know. But like
We're
for my
graduating.
brother, who is in middle school, you know.
It would just be nice to know that you could
Yeah, it'd be nice
chill.
to know that other people aren't suffering as much as we are.
And if we're not going to have a 6.5 hour school day or a 5 hour school day, I'd like to at least have time to chill
Yeah.
at some point in the day.
Because, like, our classes are an hour and 30 minutes. Like,
they are.
straight.
They're long classes.
And, like the only break we get is during lunch and 15 minutes to eat.
Yeah. Genuinely, I just think that it would significantly improve just everything about school if we were less tired.
That is an understatement.
Like, think about morale. Like, how many times do you see kids in school who are just like
Dead.
dead and sad?
Yeah.
And sad and tired. And you got to talk to them. They're like, they sound like zombies because they are. Because
Yeah.
they're tired because they got 3 hours of sleep. And you know what they're about to do? Go home and get another 3 hours of sleep. And there is
Yeah.
no time to recover.
It's either you prioritize your mental and physical health or you prioritize school.
Oh, yeah. And it shouldn't be that way. And I know that there are policies we can implement that would help that. So I'd love to see what the results of that be. I think personally that just everything would improve. I
Across the
cannot
board.
imagine a downside to being able to feel awake and alert at school. I can't imagine how much better I would comprehend my pre-calculus class. Well, as of right now, we don't have a nap time, unfortunately. So we have to prioritize rest and recovery on our own. So my favorite way to do that is to set a bedtime for myself. I don't even have to actually go to bed, but stop doing homework at a certain point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just stop doing homework at like 8:30.
Yeah.
Go to bed at 10 and wake up a little later.
Yeah. I just feel like at the end of the day, grades do matter. Please,
Yeah.
teachers who are listening, don't come after me for saying that they don't. But what's more important is
your mental and physical health.
and physical health. If you're not at your peak, if you're not working fast because you're tired, nothing's gonna get done. So rest.
Just keep it above 70.
I know I'm saying it sounds a lot easier than it is, but let yourself go to bed and invest in some self-care items.
Yeah.
I have a really great melatonin sleep spray that I spray on my pillow before I go to bed.
Sleep spray?
Yeah.
I was just going to get the gummies.
The gummies work too. And books are great to read. Invest in some books and give yourself some time to have fun outside of school. Give yourself even an hour just to do something that you enjoy, whether it's gaming or biking or watching YouTube or reading or playing on your phone. Like, give yourself that time to chill. Get your nightly rest. Get the sleep that you need, and we'll be supporting you every step of the way. Also, we have a poll in our Instagram at Clarke CO Schools that talks about your favorite way to relax. It's up right now. It'll be up till the end of the day. So leave a response, and maybe we'll share it on our story. Thank you guys so much for listening. As of right now, I'm Kalli, and I think Dillon is still Dillon.
Yep.
And you
Absolutely.
are and have been listening to Studio 595. Peace out.
Peace.